Alright, I'm back. We got our varietal Shadow Fall, which was a coffee beer event. So we got our Shadow Fall mug from Varietal Beer Company. Inside we got some Mac Daddy Roasters black coffee with just a sprinkle of sugar in the raw. I can't remember. I think it was like a Guatemalan blend. I can't remember. I threw the bag away a long time ago. Really, really good stuff. Nice robust cup. Okay, let's get into the shave. I feel like I have something in my beard. There we go. Kept seeing it on the side. All right. We got Gentleman's Nod Sidama. And this one is in the C4 Plus base, which is a tallow base. We got 5 ounces, made in Nebraska. We got the ingredients list, which is pretty damn fuzzy. Even in person, it's pretty damn fuzzy. You can make it out, but it's definitely not very crisp. Nice waterproof labels. If I'm being honest, you can't really see much on these labels. So that's about as good as it's gonna get. You can almost see like some cracked earth and like it almost looks like a desert kind of, because we got that tree with nothing on it. But it's just real hard to see even in person. It does have the reflective letters and Gentleman's Nod logo, but the label itself, like the background, is kind of hard to see anything. It is what it is. There's a look at the soap base right there. A nice smooth pour. This is a quite soft soap. It really doesn't take much to press into it. This is a pre-release video. I was... Dang. Sorry, I just woke up. This is a pre-release video. I was lucky enough to get this soap at the NW Wetshavers Meetup in Idaho. And I had the pleasure of meeting Chris over there in Idaho. And I was able to really get my nose on all of his offerings and buy some things. So the official scent notes haven't been released. I don't know what the official price is going to be, but I can tell you it's 5 ounces of tallow shave soap. Now, he has had a few Instagram posts where he kind of talks about the scent in more of like a me telling you my experience type of way, not like an official scent note list. So we'll talk about the scent regardless. Here's a look at the lather. Really good looking lather. I used about a double almond size scoop, just because I've had issues with not enough lather when it comes to Gentleman's Nod, so I doubled up and I got a nice lather today. Very creamy, very dense. The scent is about 5 to 6 out of 10, so it's nice, robust, it's bold banging, and it's a beautiful scent. We'll talk about it more in just a little bit. So we got our new brush that we also won in a giveaway at the Northwest Wetshavers Meetup. I was lucky enough to win a raffle for this badass brush right here. It's got the white, black, and red right up my alley. Definitely my MO. And it's a TanZ brush, and I don't have a TanZ brush, so this was like a perfect win for me, because I wanted to get one, but it was right around the time I really stopped buying things. So awesome brush right there from TanZ. And again, we got our Thirsty Badger shave bowl. Also got to meet Jared over there at the meetup. I had talked about it a little bit in my last video. Cool guy, man. Real cool guy. And I got to chop it up with Chris a little bit from Gentleman's Nod, and he seemed like a real good guy too. We're going to be using the Rex Supply Company. This is the Envoy, some of the best knurling in the game. I mean, talk about grip. This is a nice, handsome little razor. The hole in the bottom is for the stand if you choose to buy it. It has a razor stand. Very nice, handsome little razor, squatty little guy, but it definitely has a nice little bit of heft. There you go. You can see there the lather channels, Rex, Made in USA, and the serial number. We have a fresh Gillette super thin. Fresh Gillette super thin. This is a double wrapped blade. That's what we're going to be using today. Let's get this show on the road, huh? All right. Go ahead and wet the face. Hope everybody is doing well. It is Sunday as of the making of this video. I do not know the official release date of Sidama, so there's that. But this is a good scent, so I think it's supposed to be the second in the series, following. Oh God, why am I blanking? It's too early to shoot a video. Let me look real quick. Musashi. So it's second in the series following Musashi. So Musashi was an absolute hit with the shaving community. I don't know anybody who didn't love it. I remember I was skeptical because there was a lot of hype with Musashi. I mean, everybody that got it was raving about it. And naturally, I was a bit skeptical. But when I got my nose on it, I was like, okay, this lives up to the hype. Musashi was an absolute banger. I picked it up. I picked up a bottle of the matching EDP over at the Idaho Meetup. And I've been wearing it a lot lately. Trying to hold on to that last little bit of summer. And Musashi does pretty well in the summer, so really good scent. The brush, the TanZ brush, just has a synthetic knot in it. And since I didn't really buy it or order it myself, I don't really know what the synthetic knot is. It's a nice little knot. It has a little bit more backbone than I would like, but I'm a bowl latherer, so I mean, I can work with it. It's just, if it was my preference, I wish I had a little bit more splay without so much force, but it is what it is. I paint mostly nowadays when I'm lathering the face. I pretty much just paint it on. No big deal. Okay, so I'm going to give you the scent that I got off of Gentleman's Nod's Instagram, which again is not official scent notes. It's rum absolute, coffee, apricot, mixed berries, and then woodsy with a touch of spice. That's kind of what I gathered from one of their Instagram posts. Now, first thing when I open the tub and I put my nose to it, I get that mixed berry kind of tart sweetness. And I am a huge fan of berries. I absolutely love eating berries. I love the scent of berry notes. So for me, that berry note, I'm immediately like hooked. But there's a lot going on underneath. I'm sure the apricot sweetness is also mixed in with that berry sweetness, but that's the first thing I get when I put my nose to the lather, is that berry sweetness, that fruit sweetness. But it's not, I wouldn't say that it's like overpowering or dominating the scent, but since it has that kind of tart nature to the berries, I would say that it's definitely like a top note. It's something that you pick up quite easily. Then under that, there is some warmth from the coffee and the woods. I really don't think it's that spicy. And the rum absolute, I wouldn't say that this is overly boozy either. Maybe just mildly boozy. And then it mentions, you know, a touch of spice. And it's really not perceivable to me. maybe if I got like the exact scent notes, I could look for it a little bit better, but sometimes, you know, when it comes to scent, if you don't know the notes, sometimes you're like, I can't quite put my finger on it. But then once you know, you read the notes and you have something to look for, it's a little bit easier to recognize. Let me know if you agree. It is a wonderful scent. Like this is you know, there was on his little display table at the meetup, there was what was that? Bluegrass Muse, their collaboration with BBS.live. There was Calabria. There was Juniper Reverie, which has been getting a lot of hype as well. And then there was Sidama, which I hadn't heard anything about, because I've took a huge step back from like the social media side of wet shaving. Not because I don't want to participate, but I've just been, you know, filling my time with other things. Anyways, so he had all these other soaps on the table, pretty much his whole lineup, you know what I mean? And I put my nose on everything, just because I'm not familiar with a lot of Gentleman's Nod's core lineup, and I definitely haven't got my nose on a lot of his more recent releases, just because I've been on a bit of a buying hiatus. But I put my nose on everything, and the ones that I've you know, been hearing about, like Juniper Reverie, I just thought Sidama was better, more up my alley, and I pretty much knew right there that I was like, I'm going to come back and buy this. I kind of did 2 laps. I did like a preliminary lap where I just smelled everything, you know, got my hands on everything, but didn't buy anything. And then I did a second lap after I kind of compiled a list of what was worth buying, what I didn't want to leave without. And so Sidama was definitely on that list. It is a great scent. I am pretty excited for you guys to get your nose on it. I didn't really ask if I could do a pre-release video, but I figured if he's selling it, then it's fair game. I was going to ask for the scent notes, but I didn't want to ask, but I didn't want him to be like, oh, yo, can you can you hold off until it's officially released? It's better to ask for forgiveness than it is for permission. And I'm sure he wouldn't mind, but he's a pretty cool dude. But just in case, I was like, I'll just do this kind of first impressions video, and I'll double back once the official scent notes are out and give a more proper review. Let's talk a little bit about the Rex Envoy here. I was glad to see Matt Prosarsik at the meetup, and I walked over to his table, and we had hung out the night prior to the event, along with pretty much everybody else I've mentioned. But we hung out, and I got to know him a little better, and I gotta say, Matt is a cool dude, man. I mean, I gotta be honest, I had one perception with him about him, lumping him in with other people that I'm not as fond of, and I was completely wrong. That was my bad. Matt is a cool dude. I really enjoyed my time kicking it with Matt. Anyways, when I first got the Envoy, I kind of, I trashed the packaging. The quality of packaging it seemed like more of an afterthought with the Envoy, and the Ambassador got the, you know, the more premium packaging. I thought that was kind of messed up because I feel like the Envoy is an affordable luxury. It is really quite a good razor. I'm just gonna do a quick little touch on these problem areas. I usually do it just without lather, just based on the slickness, but I kind of was talking a bit too much right there. There we go. Anyhow, so I walked over to Matt and I picked up the Envoy case and I opened it, and I told him, I was like, I know you didn't, you probably didn't watch my video, but I trashed your packaging. And like, I wasn't trying to be a dick or anything. I felt like we were comfortable enough now, you know, to talk freely, talk openly. And I was like, I trashed your packaging on my channel. I said it was basically a cardboard box with some confetti in it. And there was no real packaging that actually like stabilized the razor in transit. It was just kind of floating freely in the confetti. And I was like, I really didn't think that was up to par for the quality of the razor. If the Ambassador got it, then I feel like the Envoy should also have it. Like, it is an affordable luxury. Just because it's the more affordable option in the lineup doesn't mean that it should be cared for any less. And I was happy, you know, I was happy to see that the packaging had definitely improved. It was more up to the standard that the Envoy should be cared for. Got the Lancaster towel here. And, you know, he agreed. He didn't give me any pushback. Anyways, so it was real cool to see that. And, the Envoy, I've always enjoyed the Envoy. I could easily recommend it to somebody looking for kind of like their first premium razor. I know some people might not think the Envoy is premium because the price isn't high enough to be called premium, but it absolutely is premium. I mean, that razor will last you a lifetime. You could hand it down to your next generation. Real good build quality, like an industry high knurling. So, just a real good razor. It gives you a good shave with pretty much any blade I put in it. I have nothing bad to say about the Envoy. Alright, we got the matching splash here. The label on this one, maybe just a little better. Still has like the reflective lettering, but it's just so dark. It's just too damn dark. Like, they needed to scale the brightness up on this one. I don't even think like the dark label goes with the scent. You know, like sometimes the label will help you picture what the scent might be like. I just think like they have the like contrast too high or the brightness too low. So there's a look at the ingredients. Looks like it is an alcohol aftershave, industry standard quality restrictor. Damn, got a frog in my throat this morning. Let's get a little bit of that in the hands. Oh man, oh man. And the aftershave, the berry comes out fantastically. Oh man, that berry, that tart sweetness on top, that smells fucking great. I think you could wear this one year round, if I'm being honest. No burn whatsoever. Very smooth. Alright guys, that aftershave's gonna leave me feeling nice and supple on the skin. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys had a good weekend, and I will catch you on the next one. Cheers.